passed the bottle when he got dry, and brushed away the blue-tailed fly. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. The master's gone away. One day he rolled around the farm.
Proceed, Miss Forbes.
And so we see that in the new nations all over the world, there is a deep and growing interest in the political affairs among young people, while we are content to remain asleep, apathetic, disinterested, and even lackadaisical.
You'll forgive the interruption, my young scholars, and I use the term with my usual devil-may-care abandon. But despite appearances to the contrary, this is still a class in political science, not a jam session featuring the Kingston Trio.
Like where? Like where? Like where?
Mr. Krabs.
Who, my people have landed. Some cat said so. I heard him.
I'm the cat who mentioned him, Mr. Krabs.
Oh, thank you, your cap and gown ship, sir. I mean, sir, you're like a real human being.
Mr. Krabs.
And that ain't easy, considering you're a teacher.
People say that we members of the younger generation are alert, level-headed, and solid. There's only one trouble. The people who say it are we members of the younger generation. I'm afraid our teachers and parents have a somewhat different opinion. To them, we're often lost and bewildered, while they know exactly what they're doing and where they are.
I haven't the vaguest idea where we are.
Miss Forbes had just finished her report.
Oh, yes. Now it all comes back to me, I'm afraid. All right. Was anyone in this class paying enough attention to tell me what she was talking about?
Certainly, Mr. Pomper. The delightful Miss Forbes was explaining how college kids in other countries take an interest in politics and current events and all like that.
Amazing, Miss Forbes. Somebody out there was listening.
But of course, when Ursula Forbes speaks, Dobie Gillis listens. May I comment, Miss Forbes, that it was a most fascinating report.
Why, thank you.
And so beautifully expressed.
How sweet of you to say so.
How wonderful of you to be you.
How charming you are.
How lovely you are.
How ridiculous to call this a class. Eh, Mr. Gillis?
Yes, sir.
Now listen, all of you. We are here to discuss important thoughts and principles, not to listen to the wailing of some off-key ballad singers. The locker rooms are filled with the sound of music. You can't throw a rock around here without hitting a guitar player. That's the best idea I've had all day.
Mr. Pomper, no offense, but what's wrong with folks singing folk songs?
There's nothing wrong with it, Mr. Gillis, provided the right folks are doing the singing. Now, these tunes were created by honest working people who sang them to make their work go easier. There's a vast difference between that and some crew-cut baritone wearing a pair of custom-made blue jeans and a hand-tailored neckerchief singing, "I've been working on the railroad." That's the way I feel about it, and you can call me an old fogey.
You're an old fogey. That's the way he feels about it.
Why waste your time on pointless diversions like folk singing when you could be out doing important things?
Like, for instance, Mr. P.
Like, for instance, taking an interest in political affairs, Mr. K, the way students do in other countries.
You mean march and demonstrations and have riots?
And grow beards like them cats in Cuba?
I wouldn't dream of suggesting that you grow a beard, Mr. Krabs. Why, do you people realize that next week we are having a campus election to select one of you for the student council, and so far nobody's even bothered to get nominated?
But that's shocking.
Ursula, you approve of fellows who run for office?
Approve of them? Why, I think that entering politics is the finest, noblest, most wonderful thing a boy can do. Gee, when I see a fellow who feels as I do about such things, I want to throw my arms around him and hug him and kiss him and kiss him and hug him.
Mr. Pomper, I've decided to declare myself a candidate
for student council.
Yeah, how'd you know what I was going to say?
American know-how, Mr. Gillis.
You are looking at the bright-eyed and bushy-tailed candidate for the position of member of the student council. Why am I all of a sudden so interested in politics? It's simple. As a responsible citizen of the future, I consider running for office to be my right, my duty, my sacred privilege. And name me a better way to get a girl who's hot on this public service kick. But now that I'm involved, I'm discovering that the great game of politics is no laughing matter.
Dobie, you expect to be elected to student council? Boy, that is a laugh.
Come on now, knock it off, Zelda. Why couldn't I get elected? All it takes is brains and personality and tact and a willingness to work hard, and I just answered my own question.
Now, don't give up the ship so fast, Poopsie. I have run this question through my giant brain, and I devised a plan that could get you elected.
Oh, that's wonderful. Zelda, you're a magnificent human being. At Jim, what's the catch?
What catch? I'm simply going to run your entire campaign for you, that's all.
I see, and that means running me too, doesn't it?
You bet your boots, Buster.
Mm-hmm. Thanks a lump, Zelda, but no thanks. I decline. No, negative,
Don't argue, lover. I'm taking over.
Zelda.
You are looking at all 8 Kennedy women rolled up into one cute-as-a-button package of dynamite.
Hey, Zelda.
Now, I am going to be your campaign manager, because if you've already got one, it's bound to be Maynard, and he couldn't get you elected dog catcher.
Hey, Doe, you running for dog catcher?
Zelda, Maynard's not my campaign manager. My campaign...
Am I interrupting anything?
Yes, my campaign manager is Ursula Forbes, and she's going to get me elected because she's deeply in love with me.
In love with you? Oh, come now.
Oh, come now.
Maynard, you're supposed to be on my side.
Dobie, mark my words. Inside of 24 hours, you'll be begging me to take over your campaign.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. And I'll tell you why. Ursula Forbes is the prettiest girl in the class with a gorgeous face and a stunning figure, right?
Right, so?
So with all that, what does she need with a schnook like you? No offense. See you around, Buster.
Well, you're an absolute cinch to be elected, Dobie Dumplin. You're charming and lovable and honest, and I just found out that you're the only candidate.
Well, that does help.
Wrong, Gillis, baby, wrong. I, Chatsworth Osborne Jr., have decided to throw my chapeau into the ring and run against you, Dobie-Doo.
Chatsworth, I don't get this. I mean, why would a blue-blooded, aristocratic, rich millionaire like you want to run for an unimportant little student body office?
I doubt that your breed would understand, Gillis, baby, but I'm a candidate because of what is called noblesse oblige.
Watch that kind of talk, Chatsy, the lady president.
Noblesse oblige, my unilingual bumpkin, means simply that noble rank requires noble conduct. That's French.
Flake off, Chatsy, that's English.
Oh, hush up, you low-born person. You are a perfect example of why we members of the upper class must enter the grimy arena of politics to keep power out of the hands of the hoi polloi.
Don't look at me, Chatsworth. I don't dig that Hawaiian food.
Chatsworth, I'll admit you're a superior fellow. And that's why you're going to lose the election. People don't vote for superior people. They vote for people like themselves. Plain, ordinary, down-to-earth. In short, me.
Your point is well taken, Dobie-Doo, well taken. And if it were just superior me running for office, I would probably lose to inferior you. But it's not just superior me.
Somebody else is running with you?
Troubadours! Here, Dobie-Doo, is my secret weapon. Gather round, good people, gather round. Hi, welcome, music lovers. I am Chatsworth Osborne Jr., candidate for the Student Council. And for my first number, I shall sing Just an Echo. And 1 and 2. Just an echo, ooh, ooh, in the valley, ooh, ooh. But it brings back sweet memories of you. Thank you, beloved voters. Remember, vote for Chatsworth Osborne Jr. for Student Council. A man who sings the songs of the people, understands the people. The people.
Chatsworth, I bet you haven't got the nerve to tell the voters what platform you're running on.
Well, candidate Gillis, what platform are you running on, pray tell? Pray tell.
A real platform. Fellow students, the issues facing the student body of this school are many and varied. First of all, what's to be done about the deplorable trash collection system on our campus?
Hey, Chatsworth, give us another song.
But what about the issues?
What about more music?
When the people command, I obey. He obeys.
Hey, look, I'm not finished.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Now cut that out.
Just an echo, oh, oh, in the valley, oh,
Ursula, my angel. Not
but
you,
it
too.
brings back memories of you.
Yep, this is it. Innsville, Phoenix, the end of the brief but miserable political career of Dobie Gillis. I mean, I don't mind getting walloped in a fair scrap, but how could I fight Chatsworth's low, mean, sneaky, underhanded tricks?
By cooking up low, mean, sneaky, underhanded tricks of your own.
That's out of the question. I'm not that kind of a fellow.
True, but I'm that kind of a girl.
She's right, though. She's pretty low, mean, and sneaky.
True.
Like the lowest.
Maynard.
Like the meanest.
Maynard.
Like the sneakiest.
Zelda, I appreciate your willingness to help in my hour of need, but I refuse to do anything that isn't completely open and above board. And what'd you have in mind?
Now you're talking. Come here, Dope.
Hey, Zelda.
And voila!
Zelda, what is this?
Can't you see? It's a voila.
I am going to teach you to sing 10 times better than old Chatsworth, and that's how you're going to skunk him in the election.
Me?
Him?
And
Now,
Maynard.
can the small talk, man. We got work to do.
Zelda, if this is a trick to win me away from Ursula, you might as well quit right now. Ursula and I will love each other night and day, heart and soul, till the end of time.
Sure, sure. Now, Dobie, it's important that you're prepared to project a proper image of a man of the people.
Yeah.
Now, come on, stand up. Now, look virile. Brush your hair in your eyes.
Are you kidding? Absolutely not.
If you don't, Chatsworth will blister you.
Brush.
I'm brushing.
Uh-huh.
Never mind, Maynard.
Now, it's essential that you have sex appeal. Flex your muscles.
Yeah.
Now, give me a troubled, world-weary look.
Oh, come now.
Go on, Maynard. Now, Dollface, there's a certain way of speaking that's vital to the success of any political candidate. Low and breathy.
Yeah.
Now, let me hear you say, "Hi there, everybody."
Hi there, everybody.
No. Lower and sexier and more.
Hi there, everybody.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Now, Dreamboat, let's put all the parts together. Low, breathy voice,
Hi there, everybody.
flex muscles, troubled, world-weary look, and plenty of sex appeal.
Yeah.
Love me tender.
Love me. That's right. Look, Zelda, look. You and I are not destined to go strolling down life's highway hand in hand. So I hope you're doing this simply because you're convinced I'm the right candidate for the job.
Of course, Poopsie. Low, breathy voice.
Hi there, everybody. And you want to see the best man win.
Of course, Pumpkin. Flex your muscles.
You're lying, aren't you?
Of course, Snookums. Now, plenty of sex appeal.
Yeah.
Jug, I love you so. Jug, I love you so. Jug, I love you so.
Thank you, my loyal followers. Now, I could discuss, and brilliantly, of course, the issues in tomorrow's election, as my late, unlamented opponent sought to do, but why interrupt our fun and games for trivialities?
Trivialities.
So since the winner is a foregone conclusion, let the merrymaking continue undiminished.
Hold it, members of the electorate.
Yeah, hold it to electrical task.
Now, don't tell me you're going to vote for Chatsworth Osborne Jr. without even bothering to hear what his opponent has to say.
Yep, that's exactly what we're saying.
You hear, my fair campaigner? The people have spoken. They want no pompous phrase maker, rather someone they understand, someone they dig, someone who speaks their own language.
Language.
Hi there, everybody. Mind if I drop in and sing some songs of the people?
Heavens to dollars!
Wow, Gillis got the message.
When I was a lad, I spent many hours down at the river's edge, listening to the old men tell their stories and sing their songs. This song has always been a very special favorite of mine. We've added some words which I think makes it even more important during this election.
The name's Dobie Gillis.
The name's Dobie Gillis,
And I'm here to say,
and I'm here to say,
I hope you'll elect me.
I hope you'll elect me.
On election day.
Come election day.
Just plain Dobie Gillis.
Just plain Dobie Gillis.
No rich
millionaire. When I'm in office,
But when I'm in office,
I'll treat you all square.
I'll treat you all square.
Everybody sing, there's two things I care for.
There's two things I care for.
And here's what they are.
And here's what they are.
To do me some singing
To do me some singing.
and strum my guitar.
From my guitar.
Everybody say if you like singing.
So if you like singing.
And yodeling too.
And yodeling too.
Then vote for old Dobie.
Then vote for old Dobie.
A square buckaroo.
A square buckaroo.
Sing a little louder. So if you like singing.
So
here.
Zelda?
Better. You see, Poopsie, how well my idea, I repeat, my idea worked?
Dobe, you're a great American like Christopher Columbus or Mahatma Gandhi.
I'm merely one of the people.
Or King Henry VIII or Jack Parr.
I'm merely one of the people with a low, breathy voice, flexed muscles, a troubled, world-weary look, and lots of sex appeal, just like you all. So elect me already.
I do not agree with what you say, but I shall defend to the death your right to say it. That was the famous French philosopher Voltaire. Now hear the underpaid American teacher Pomfret. Class dismissed.
Wait a minute, kids, wait a minute. There will be another concert by your candidate and mine, the People's Choice, the sweet singer of S. Peter Pryor Junior College, Dobie Gillis, in the college yard in 5 minutes.
Yay! I just do my best is all. Did you say something, Mr. Pomfret?
Yes, Mr. Gillis. I said, That's H-M-P-H-H-H. H.
Oh. Well, I'll be seeing you, Mr. Pomfret. I've got to go out and do a little singing for my public. Oh, say, you wouldn't like to come along and listen, would you?
That's right, I wouldn't.
Mr. Pomfret, I get the impression that you don't like what I'm doing.
Well, what difference does it make what I like?
Well, you're the one who made the big speech about us kids getting interested in campus politics.
But I said politics, not show business. Politics has to do with issues, not entertainment. If entertainment were the most important qualification for holding office, Frank Sinatra should be in the White House.
I understand he often is.
Save your jokes for your audience, Dobie. Don't waste them on me. I can't even vote in a student election.
Look, I don't understand. You say go into politics. Okay, I'm in politics. Well, if a guy's in politics, he ought to win, shouldn't he? And if folk singing's a way to win, what's wrong with it? My first duty is to get elected, isn't it?
No, it is not. Your first duty is to tell the voters what you stand for, the issues.
Well, I tried to talk to the kids about issues. They just ignored me.
Well, that's often the case. The flashy, gaudy candidate gets the crowds. The thoughtful one gets left at the post.
You're darn right.
I'll tell you a strange thing, Dobie. The winner is the loser.
The winner's the loser?
If you want to be a leader of the people, then you must lead. You must deal in ideas, in truth, in vision. You must appeal to the people's minds. Now, I'll admit it's a lot harder to set a bunch of people's minds to working than it is to set their toes to tapping. But if you aim at their toes instead of their heads, then what have you won, Dobie? How have you improved or advanced anything? You haven't led, you've followed.
I think I understand.
Well, I truly hope that you do, Dobie. Because the future of all of us depends on just that kind of understanding. And if we don't understand, I'm afraid we could all be in for a lot of deep, deep trouble. Now, always remember, Dobie, one man in the right constitutes a majority.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the leader of the people, that low, breathy voice, Dobie Gillis.
Hello, students. Fellow students, the time has come to discuss the issues. I insist that you not vote for me simply because you like the way I sing. As citizens of the future, it is our duty to think, to study the grave matters that we cannot ignore the problem of trash collection on this campus. Students, Mr. Pomfret, you say that one man in the right constitutes a majority?
It's true, Mr. Gillis.
I'd like you to meet a majority of one.
Take a bite of me. Get along home. Cindy, Cindy, get along home. Cindy, Cindy, get along home. Cindy, Cindy, I'll marry you someday. She told me that she loved me. She called me sugar plum. She throws her arms around me. I thought my time had come. Get along home. Cindy, get along home. Cindy, get along home.
Dobe, you're gonna win tomorrow, because I got another idea. You tell everybody Chats is a trunk murderer. That don't mean he murders trunks, he takes people. Enough?
Good thing.
Cool at the buzz.
All right, kids, knock it off. I said knock it off.
Were you addressing me, officer?
Do you have a permit for this here clam bake?
No, sir, but they always let us play here all day long.
All day long is different, but it's nighttime now and the neighbors are complaining.
Chadsworth, don't let that music hater scare you.
Oh, knock that off, girlie. I happen to be a pretty fair singer myself.
Oh, come on.
All right, I'll show you. Just listen. Give me the key of C, sonny, and that's an order. When Irish hearts are happy, all the world seems bright and gay. And when Irish eyes are smiling, sure they steal your heart. Heart away.
That last note, wow.
That's the last note you'll be hearing in these parts tonight. Now move along, all of you.
Officer, suppose we refuse.
And it's off to the pokey with you.
The pokey?
Bread and waters, Bill.
We're moving.
Stay where you are, Chatsworth. This is a free country, and as a citizen, you've got a right to be heard.
Says who?
Says the Constitution of the United States. That's who says. It guarantees us liberty and freedom of speech and assembly.
I'm quite sure that it does, Gillis, baby, but let's forget it for the time being, shall we? Okay, let's move along there, okay, gang?
Stand your ground, Chatsworth. I may not agree with what you say, but I will defend to the death your right to say it.
Now look here,
Let him send you to jail, Chatsworth. I'll be there, too, sharing your ball and chain.
Ball and chain? What an unimaginative haberdasher.
Be firm, Chatsworth.
Thanks loads, Gillis, baby, but no thanks. When Osborne goes to jail, it'll be for something he believes in, like cheating on his income tax.
All right, the rest of you now, move along.
No, stay where you are.
We're with you, Dobie, but we need a leader, don't we?
Yeah! I accept the nomination.
Nomination.
When Dobie stands up and fights, we say hooray, hooray. When Dobie stands up and fights, we say hooray, hooray. When Dobie stands up and fights, we say we're for Dobie and Dick hooray, and we'll all stand up.
Fellas, wait a minute.
Stand up and fight, we say hooray, hooray. Stand up and fight, we say hooray.
Stone walls do not a prison make, nor iron bars a cage.
Maybe that works with you, good buddy. But man, they sure got me penned in here.
Maynard, at least I was locked up on a matter of principle. You're getting in here with sheer foolishness.
Yeah, I was the first guy in the history of the police department to get pinched for breaking into jail.
Maynard.
What got him mad was I made it. But I wanted to be here with you, good buddy. You sure they haven't beat you with a rubber hose yet?
Positive, Maynard.
Oh, Dobie, my poor lamb, you look horrible. What have they done to you?
Zelda, it's me.
Maynard.
Oh, my poor ex-convict.
Zelda, don't use did you say ex-convict?
Oh, yes, you're a free man. Maynard, too. The kids at school put in all their nickels and dimes and quarters to raise bail for you. Poopsie, you're a hero.
Me?
Him?
Maynard.
Listen, they all came to march you home.
Gee, that's wonderful of her.
Guard, come release these prisoners at once. Oh, Dobie Dumplin', the second you get out of that cell, I'm going to throw my arms around you and kiss you and hug you forever and ever. Dobie, you do want to get out, don't you?
I'm thinking...
Dobie!
I don't want to get out. I was just kidding. Zelda, you're wonderful. I don't know how I can ever thank you.
Don't worry, Dope. She'll think of a way.
You bet I will, Rainbow. You bet I will.
Zelda, please.
Zelda, please.
Now cut that out.
When Dobie stands up and fights, we say hooray, hooray. When Dobie stands up and fights, we say hooray, hooray. When Dobie stands up and fights, we say we're for Dobie and Dick hooray. We'll all stand up for Dobie and Dick hooray. When Dobie stands up and fights, we say hooray, hooray. When Dobie stands up and fights, we say hooray, hooray.
Congratulations, Dobie.
I hope you mean it, sir, because I won on the issues alone.
Alone.
That's right, Mr. Pomfret.
That's right, Mr. Pomfret.
Maynard.
Yeah, well, seeing as how you campaigned and won entirely on the issues,
Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Fellas, please.
I see nothing wrong with having a little music to celebrate. D7, please. There are smiles that make us happy. There are smiles that make us blue.